Today we're going to look at the Valoi Easy35 system to see how this new device to copy 35mm negatives could work for you. I ordered this Valoi system through Indiegogo before it was even officially on the market. It was a concept by Valoi. And it looked like the perfect solution for what I needed to do to copy a bunch of negatives as Michelle and I prepare for our life on the road. In fact, let me show you what all I'm going to need to copy. And it's what's behind this door why I got that Valoi system. What the Valoi 35 system allows you to do is to make high-resolution copies of your existing 35mm negatives using your digital camera, either a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. It's really an ingenious system. You use your existing lens. They do recommend using a prime lens rather than a zoom lens, but the Valoi system will mount on the front of that lens. It'll extend out, have its own light source, and 35mm negative feeder. Now, I'm not going to be doing an unboxing video. I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of those on YouTube, but I'm going to show this in action, and we're actually going to scan a few negatives to see how this system works. Let's see if we can use this without reading the instructions. So here are numerous step rings that will fit onto the Valoi system. I am opting to use one of my vintage lenses. These are the prime lenses that I have, and I have this probably from the 1970s, this Minolta Rock-R 55mm lens. And I also have, with the Olympus OM1 35mm camera, I have the Olympus Zuiko 50mm 1.8 lens. Another item that you're going to need to make this work are extension tubes if you don't have a macro lens. I have the Mikey extension tubes, and in order for this to work, I've already done some pre-testing. I'm going to need both of them, both the 10mm and the 16mm extension tube, to provide a close focus mechanism. For the Valoi Easy35, I need 2 of the longer extension tubes that they have. They do include various sizes of these extension tubes in order to push the negative holder as far as possible away from your camera lens. I then put the proper mounting ring right here, one of these adapter rings. The Valoi 35 is a native 62mm thread, and my Olympus lens is a 49mm thread. So I use the 62 to 49mm adapter, and then this simply screws onto the filter threads of the front of the lens. The system allows for the negative holder to rotate since the threads are going to be different on each and every lens. So we rotate that to where we are straight up and down, and then we simply turn the power on the Valoi Easy35 and turn it up to full to get our maximum amount of light coming through to expose these negatives. They did include a test strip in here, which I've mounted, and in fact, I think what we're going to do on the camera is we are going to set this to video, and we're going to record some video right now using this test target, and that's what we're seeing in here right now is the test target. So you can see I actually have that focused right there, and there is some, oh, the ibis is on. That does make that look kind of strange in there as I rotate this around as we look at that. That's pretty interesting. So we've stopped it down. I'm down around F8, F11 for this to work. I've got the ISO set at it says 160 for the video, so that seems to be working for that. I am going to take a moment. I'm going to turn the IBIS off on the camera, and we're going to start up our video recording right there. And you can see I've got it a little bit crooked on this, but you can see how this is going to work. Just very simple. Once you get yourself focused in, you are good to start making your copies. You can see how this system, when you get it set up, can be used to very quickly and very accurately copy old negatives that you may have laying around the house. And for those of you who are shooting film cameras, you shoot your 35mm camera, and this is a very easy way to digitize your own negatives with a very high resolution, because your digital camera is incredibly high resolution, and in fact often higher resolution than very expensive scanners. The Valoi Easy35 system is less than $300 for the complete system. That's all the adapters you need that you can use your own digital camera with some type of a macro or close-up lens. It includes all of the rings that you ever possibly could need, except in some wild and unusual circumstances. It's got the light source built in and works very, very well. What did I think of the system? This is super easy to use. In fact, easier to use than I thought. It was very simple to get set up, just a few minutes to get everything lined up and figure out the focal point. And even then, I'm using a vintage lens from the 1970s or 1980s on my Fujifilm camera, and I'm very, very happy with results. You saw the photos, you saw the results, and you can make your own determination of what you think the quality is of this system. But again, the quality of the system is the system. Your mileage may vary depending on what lens you use. You could get a sharper or less sharp results, and also the original image quality off that 35mm negative. The Valoi Easy35 is available for order now, and I've put a link to it in the description below. $262 US at the time of this filming, and of course prices are always subject to change, but it is doing exactly what I hoped it would do, working very fast, very easy, and providing very high quality scans of these old vintage negatives that we have that we need to get digitized so we can store them in the cloud for easy access, because our life is about to change very soon, where all of the things we're carrying with us need to be condensed and carried in that 200 square feet of our Airstream travel trailer. I'm James Fisher for Vintage Insight Photography. If you're interested in film photography, check out these videos I've got linked right up here. One surprising thing that did come in the box is this Marianne candy. He calls it delicious candy. Let's find out. Peppermint.